so much.
Yeah.
Like back in the day.
Yeah.
You never had to sit down and ask somebody how do you define friendship?
Yes.
That's what you do in relationships.
That's right.
But friendship is supposed to be like something you ain't got to think about. You
That's
just
right.
friends.
You just friends.
But nowadays it's not like that because there's so many different definitions, descriptions.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
I'm scared to have a friend.
Yeah.
You might as well be in a relationship.
I mean,
I'm good.
I think a lot of people say that so they don't have to have that commitment.
That's right.
That's why I think a lot of people
Some people are afraid of
friendship, so
commitment.
they like, I ain't gotta call you, I ain't gotta see you, I can see you whenever I want to.
Yeah.
It's a commitment,
Commitments and things like that. Like if you're someone had said something about that on Facebook about how do you define an open relationship? And I'm like, well, first of all, don't even put the word relationship in there because that's not.
If it's open, it should be a relationship.
What are you even talking? Like, what are you even talking about? Like,
They're doing each
you
everybody
are or you aren't. It's this or it's this. You know what I mean? Like that's not.
Yeah.
All these other terms that people have now, it just doesn't make sense. It's like
that's it. You know, it's like okay, it define these relationships because I mean in this day and age and. Like Ashley was saying, back in the day, you didn't have to ask those questions. If a guy liked you, he liked you. If he didn't like you, he'd let you know he didn't like you. You know, you didn't have to go through all these changes or anything. But it's like now, I feel like I'm too old. I ain't got time to be playing these games. Don't come in my face saying friends.
You can say it, I'm going to say
yeah, okay, then I'm your friend, but back up. You know, back up off me then, you know, because you get to a point in life to where you don't have time for the games.
Yeah.
The games of a friend, I'm your friend, but no, you my friend, then back up or whatever. But these days, women are willing to compromise everything.
Yeah.
Desperation, because it's a shortage on men. Most of our men, you know, they either marry or they're in steady relationships, and then a lot of them are gay. So when you get one that you think is totally free, you willing to just
keep them in.
you gonna do anything.
That's what you think. It's all easy and done. That's why there's a lot of people getting divorces too, is because no one communicates. No one says, hey, this is what I expect in our relationship. This is what we need to do. These are the things that come along with being with me, and we need to talk about this.
That's right.
People are just like, they find that out like a week after they get married. And they're like, wait a second.
Yeah.
You're a Yankees fan and I'm a Boston fan?
Yeah.
We can't
not
be
gonna work.
together. How did you not know that? How did you not?
Exactly.
You know that.
I met somebody like that.
Yeah.
And you got married? Like,
Over a team?
people have no respect for the word of God.
Yeah, and you got married.
Because I'm an Yankees fan. I think I'm not.
I guess y'all both like that.
Actually, G put it in.
It wouldn't be like that. If all of a sudden, if we're okay now, look, if he decides he's gonna play around and decide, oh, I'm gonna be a Boston fan now, all of a sudden, he already knows where we're at with that, and that's not like a shocking thing. I would have to just turn that off real quick. But still, it's just like, how do you? That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
It's like walking and not knowing if the road's gonna end. And
Yeah, you just
Brandon, you was in trouble.
It's
it just doesn't make sense to me how you can just dive into things like
yeah,
that.
and see, people do that. They do that because they don't want to wait for God.
Yeah.
So they will take anything, anybody, you know, and because they're thinking that they can play the role of God and change the man.
Like I
I'm
know
learning
what
my
I
lesson.
mean, and I know what I
Wait
can
on
do
God.
for that.
I can't wait.
Yeah, you know, they think they can play the role. Brandon, you quiet. You know,
We got your hands full, bro.
I know I mean,
Brandon,
I just,
wait a minute, we too many Catholic women.
no, it's just, I mean, we didn't have friends. I guess it was just an understanding. We just hung out. That's what we called it. You know what I'm saying?
So what does hung out mean?
I mean, hanging out is just hanging out.
And
Like,
you never know what's gonna happen.
you never know what's gonna happen. We just hanging out.
What?
There was that was.
There's
just
no
it.
definition on hanging, like,
Okay.
because then it leaves it open for you.
Yeah, and so that's
There's
it,
no
you know.
obligation.
No obligation. You're not entitled to anything or whatever. Yeah, no commitment. You know, so I mean, and that's what we have to look at. You know, hanging out, whatever. You know, but it's so strange because I see it on TV when you're watching TV nowadays. What is TV showing us? These women meeting these men one night and they in the bed the same night.
Internet, sex, all that.
Yeah.
You have a relationship with people like that though. Like I would see this chick
Like, it's
maybe
a
every other weekend. I just see her out, and that's like you just know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see you out tonight, man. Like what's
It's
up?
on.
And then it's up, yeah. Like, it could be, I could be like, I don't care if nobody else is in the club. Everybody else could be in the club, and at the end of the night, I don't find nobody. I know that person there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I wrote the book on it. I mean, I got a whole manual.
It's
What?
not.
It's
so
so
sad.
I know,
Oh,
I'm a guy to please your partner. I mean, but like,
Yeah.
It's so sad because not only are men that way,
Yeah.
I have friends that
Yeah.
say I'm gonna go get me somebody to, you know what, with tonight.
yeah.
You know, that I used to hang out with. They would go to the club looking for men because they knew I could sleep with him or I could sleep with him or him. You know, it's not just
And it's
men
not
doing it.
related, just a friend.
I'm
It's
just
just-
somebody
it's
for them
just-
to get it on with.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
men that way, it's women that way.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
like-
It
God.
always goes both ways.
Yeah.
It's
You
like,
know,
it's like Burger King, it's your custom order.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like,
yeah. I have it my way. Yeah.
I'll
He
have a
acting
little bit of
stupid,
you,
so-
and they can have a little bit of you.
Yeah.
You're always a sure thing.
And if
Yeah,
it's fast, and if
yeah.
it's fast, and let's keep it going and keep it going. Like
That's
I
what
have things
shocked
to do.
me.
Yeah.
I got, and it's a lot of
Oh,
gardeners too,
experience
because
that.
then it's like you have to
Yeah.
analyze yourself.
That
you
is
know?
true. If you out there and you know homegirl or homeboy hanging out and they the last one,
Yeah.
come on, friend. Come on, man, let's go.
You don't leave that to check and see what
Let's
you're
go
at.
hang out.
Yeah.
I
What?
understand what Brandon's saying.
What?
You leave me, when you leaving?
See?
Man, I meet you at the door.
Girl, that's what I have.
Oh yeah,
What?
like, back
It
there.
only takes 15 minutes, like, cause me and my dudes, when we was in the game,
Wait, wait.
like for real, like, no, for real, like, we would go out to the club, and it'd be about just the boys hanging out, and the last call,
Okay.
I know I got 15 minutes, I got 5, 10 minutes
That's
to
it.
find somebody, and I can find somebody in that last call.
that
They
last
can
call.
Oh, man.
find you, I promise you.
I've had to look for my friends. Where they at? They in the
Yeah,
car
in the
outside in the
crowd.
alley with somebody.
Come on now.
Getting it on. You ain't gotta look down there. Look for you.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna pause for a minute and we'll be right back.